Your interview with your probation officer is going to be the most important interview of your life. Are you prepared? Hello and welcome to my series, Indicted and Facing Prison Now What? My name is Marc Blatstein, and I know firsthand how surreal and overwhelming this experience can be. That's why I'm here today to provide you with the crucial information every day, because with knowledge and preparation, together these build confidence, which is going to help you navigate through these challenging times. The Department of Justice and the FBI have been asking questions. Once you've learned this, their case against you is mostly complete. They have approaching a 98% conviction rate. So the odds are not in your favor that you would win a trial or that you can skate without having to go to prison, but nothing is an absolute. But knowledge is power, and I'm providing it to you today, and delaying, therefore, your next step can have severe consequences. This is why your future is at stake, and you need to hire a legal team that has a proven track record of successfully defending cases like yours. It's not just experience, it's not just practicing in federal court, but you need to choose a team where you're comfortable with them and it will provide you with the best possible outcome. Because if you're not comfortable dealing with these attorneys, then you may not be able to do your best to advocate for yourself. Making these right choices today, though, can move you forward with confidence tomorrow. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call. Consider engaging my service at 240-888-7778. This is your future and your life. I've already come through it out the other end, and you can too. Prison is temporary. It's not a lifelong thing. So your first meeting that you have, or not your first meeting, but the meeting you have with your probation officer provides you with an opportunity to make a great first impression. It's going to be the most important meeting almost of your life. I don't know any of you personally, but this one is critical. And it allows the probation officer to connect with you in turn on a personal level. So how do you do this? In other YouTubes, I've discussed the critical importance of taking the time to put together a comprehensive pre-sentence report preparation, which includes your story, your narrative, the autobiography of your life. Why is this important? Well, to date, the Department of Justice has gratefully granted you that your story that they've written for you, and they've put it out on the World Wide Web. It's called your federal indictment. And chances are, if you're like me, it doesn't really look that great. We seem like America's most wanted. But the goal of you writing your narrative is your story from early childhood to what caused you to break the law. And so while it seems simple, it's not. And it just takes lots of quiet time and self-introspection and people around you who are not going to be enablers. I'm not saying that they are, but Sam Bankman-Fried, what happened was that while his attorneys were great and expensive attorneys, they wrote essentially his personal narrative for him, but they put it in a sentencing memorandum. And judges know that lawyers are paid to, your defense lawyer is paid to keep you out of jail. Judges want to hear from you. And the only way that you can address your indictment is through your narrative or autobiography. Think of it as a brand. Nike has Just Do It. Wheaties has the Breakfast of Champions. Tesla has SpaceX. Your release plan. Judges are going to want to know in some form or another, the question is going to come from them at your sentencing if you get that far. They're going to want to know. They're going to ask you if you have anything to say. They're going to want to know that they're not going to see you again in their courtroom. And they may come out and say it. But if you have a release plan, and I realize it's premature at this point, but if you begin working on it, and I have other YouTubes in this series that explain that, this is going to show, it's going to show your judge and the probation officer that you're really committed to making a change in your life. Now, providing all of this information to your probation officer 1 to 2 weeks before their interview with you is so important because one, it's going to show your probation officer that you've taken this matter seriously and you respected their time because they have no time. So by you giving them all this information in your personal narrative, that will allow them to begin to fill out their probation report worksheet. And everything that you have in your narrative should cover the same topics. At the same time, your narrative is going to humanize you first to your lawyer. Your lawyer will be able to better defend you if they know from where you came, what's your background. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly, like the Clint Eastwood movies. Your release plan, again, is going to show the court that you have a plan in place to not, go